My abusive stepfather beat me when I came home, so I took everything from him. Welcome home, he slurred, bourbon heavy on his breath. Then his fist connected with my face. I hadn't been back to Ohio in 11 years, not since I'd left for the military with a promise to never look back. But my grandpa passed, and grandma's cryptic message on the phone, "You need to see this with your own eyes," was enough to get me on a plane. The house I grew up in was almost unrecognizable. My dad's garden was gone, replaced with gravel. The hallway, once lined with family photos, was now covered in my stepfather Rick's hunting trophies. He was lounging in my father's recliner, reupholstered in hideous camouflage fabric. That night, things escalated. I got back late from my grandma's, and Rick was waiting, drunk and furious. He grabbed my wrist, screaming about disrespect. Then came the slap. The worst part. I heard my mom's bedroom door close upstairs. She'd been awake, listening, and chose to do nothing. But Rick made a huge mistake. He didn't know I spent my career in auditing, or that my grandfather taught me to read every legal document before signing. I locked myself in the bathroom and pulled up the house's original deed on my phone. My name was still on it. He didn't own a thing. I started documenting everything. The bruise on my face, time-stamped. The missed mortgage payments and unpaid property taxes I found in his desk. The pawn shop receipts for my father's military medals and my childhood belongings he'd sold off as junk. He was a parasite, and I had the paperwork to prove it. I confronted my mom, but she just made excuses. Rick was under stress, the bills were high, she was too scared to see the truth. So I made him show her. In front of her, I asked him where my dad's medals were. He proudly admitted he sold them. "Everything in this house is mine," he snarled. That was all I needed. I hired my grandpa's lawyer, filed an emergency injunction, and showed up Monday morning with 2 sheriff's deputies. Rick stood on the porch, screaming that it was his property. My lawyer just handed him the court order freezing all his assets. Inside, while the deputies watched, Rick confessed to selling everything, right on camera. He was arrested on the spot for assault. His life of coasting on my family's legacy was over. He ended up getting 7 years in prison after violating bail and making more threats. My mom finally saw him for what he was and filed for divorce. It took weeks, but we restored the house, board by board, until every trace of him was gone. We brought Dad's legacy home. So, Aita for destroying my mom's marriage to save her and my family's home.